Hey guys, welcome back. It is December 15th, 2010. This is our latest newsletter. We want to cover several different things in this newsletter. We're going to make it nice and quick. Number one, you guys are learning from our system on how to make signs. Just to let you know, even though we are really focusing on helping you guys become better sign carvers and sign makers, just to let you know, we still make signs every day, and this newsletter is really going to show actually a big sign that we're doing in process for a lady up in Oregon. And so this is just an intro. We're going to cover several different things, but that's the primary first thing that we're going to cover is the process of making a big sign, how to lay it out, that kind of thing. So we'll get right back to you in just a minute, and we'll change the camera and get it set up. Okay, guys, we're back. So this is a pretty good size sign. This is about 6 foot long by about 3 foot wide in an oval shape, obviously. This is obviously in process right now. I've done a lot of the profiling. I got a lot more to do, and then these are all going to be outset letters. One thing that I really wanted to focus on here, guys, is I want to show you the process of how I laid this sign out. Now, there are a lot of big computer systems, CAD systems, and big fancy things that will allow you to lay out a sign. But you can also do it the old-fashioned way. This is just, this is a Pointedly Mad font that I use for this layout. And we've just got a little printer copier that will enlarge and reduce. And so we just printed out what we needed, and then I enlarged these to an 8-inch letter. And literally all I do is just put it where I want it. I tape it on there, and I put carbon paper under here, and I draw around it. So just because there are big, huge systems out there to help you lay out a sign, it doesn't mean you have to use a big, expensive system. This, took me hardly nothing. Now, we have a copier that enlarges this, but if you don't have one of those, you can go to Kinko's or Office Supply or, Staples or someplace like that, and they can blow these letters up for you. But this was just probably a little 1-inch letter that I blew up to get the size I wanted, and literally I just laid them all out on there, taped it with carbon paper, and that's my layout. Now I'm going to take off and carve it. So, that was the point I wanted to make here, is that you just don't need a big expensive system in order to lay out a big sign. So we'll move on to the next step. Be right back. Okay, guys, one thing I forgot to say in the previous segment is the board that you're seeing right here is Western Red Cedar, and we've talked about this material, I think, briefly in the past. This is from one of our suppliers in Northern California. It's called Perfect Plank, and they make terrific sign blanks. This is obviously a very big board, and they can make just about almost any size board. So we highly recommend them for large sign blanks. So you can find them on the internet, perfectplank.com, or simply go to Google and type in cedar sign blanks, and they'll be right at the top of the list. So anyway, from there, we wanted to get into a little thing that we discovered not too long ago, which we're constantly trying to find new stuff. Right now, we're actually carving on our big table saw outside. It's kind of a blustery day, so lighting sometimes can be an issue. I don't know if it is for you guys, but for us, it certainly is. So what we've done is we found a little product. I don't know if you've got this, Dad, about like that. This is just a little pen light system we found actually at Harbor Freight, but I think you can find these, gosh, just about anywhere. It's like a little $3 or $4 item, and actually even comes with extra batteries. And what we've done is we've just mounted it to the router base, and I've just used zip ties. You can use just about anything probably to mount that on there, but I just use zip ties. I love zip ties. And if you can see this, hopefully Dad can get in there, you can see this, you'll see how you can, this little flexible deal, you can just put it wherever you want it, and you can shine light right down on that bit however you want to do it. And it works out. We're going to actually shut the lights off to to the filming right now so you can maybe even see a little bit better how that light can shine anywhere that you want in there. Now this actually even has a little laser pointer on it too. This button is the light on and off, and this is a little laser pointer. We never use that obviously, but the little light, LED light, works really well. So that's just a little trick for you if you have some lighting issues. Let's see. Oh yeah, we got one more thing to talk about, one more little segment to talk about. But hopefully that little light system will work out for you. It sure works well for me. So we'll be back to you in just a second with our final segment. Hey, one thing I forgot to say, guys. This is also for the same job. This is obviously a small sign that's going to go with this big sign. I've done a bunch of signs for them. But this will give you an idea of what the sign, a smaller version of what the sign's going to look like when it's all done. This again is perfect plank. This is what, about 8 by 40, I think, is what the size of this sign is. And I laid this one out exactly the same as the big one you're looking at here, and 2 different size letters. But that just gives you an idea. I've still got about, I think, 1 or 2, at least 2 more coats of spar urethane that I got to put on this one, and then it'll be completely done. But just so you get an idea of what it looks like when it's going to be all done, the big version of this small one here. So we'll go on to the next segment. And okay, well, that's about it for this one, you guys. One other thing, one last piece of information for you. We're right now in the process of putting together a pretty big deal. It's going to have a big announcement for you sometime in the next few weeks. So like I say, it's December 15th, 2010. Be checking back with us for sure within the next 2-3 weeks. We've got a huge announcement coming that I think is really going to be beneficial for almost everybody out there. We've just been trying to put this big deal together, and I think it's going to be a really big deal for all of us, actually. So we just got a few more details we got to work out, but definitely a big announcement coming probably right around the first of the year. So keep checking back with us, and Merry Christmas from me and Dad, and thanks again for everything. And get back to us. Let us know how you guys are doing. We love to hear from you. So get back to us and let us know. And have a great holiday season. And again, Merry Christmas.